Hi, it's Vex, and today we want to do a special deck tech on Kenrith, the Return King. That is right, Kenrith, the Return King is a 5-color commander, 4 and a white. But the reason he is 5 colors is because he has 5 activated abilities. First activated ability, red, all creatures gain trample and haste until end of turn, not just your creatures, all creatures. So you can technically give your opponent's creatures trample and haste. You can use it as a political tool, so sometimes Kenrith is playing in a more political deck, but we are playing in the good stuff deck. That's right. All the good stuff jam-packed in here with a little Kenrith theme. 1 in green, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, any creature. 2 in a white, target player gains 5 life. 3 in a blue, target player draws a card. 4 in a black, put target creature card from a graveyard onto a battlefield under its owner's control. That's right, Kenrith is a 5-color commander, and usually put in a lot of good stuff decks because since you're 5 colors, there's zero restriction on what you can do, what you can put in your deck. No color restriction. Any card legal in the commander card pool is legal in this deck. Now, I had a video before on the good stuff template right here, which had 79 cards, good stuff cards, or just plain good cards, most very efficient EDH powerful cards in the deck. If you want to check that out before you check out this deck tech, you can check it out here, but we'll just run through a quick summary of all that good stuff right here. So the good stuff has very good ramp, Bird's Paradise, the Hierarchs, of course Dockside Extortionist, one of the best ramp cards in this commander format. Golos, why not? He's 5 colors, Kenrith's 5 colors. Let's do it. Farseek, Nature's Lore, so all the good ramp. Jeweled Lotus, Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, stuff like that. We have Chromatic Lantern to fix our colors. I just like Chromatic Lantern. There's probably more efficient cards in this, but I like it, so I include it. Smothering Tithe, of course, one of the best white ramp cards. The good stuff removal right here. Real quick, we got Sword, Assassin's Trophy, Cyclonic Rift, Torment of Hailfire, call that player removal right there. Anguish Unmaking, Toxic Deluge, one of the best, best 3-mana removal, best board sweeper. Ruinous Ultimatum, talk about board sweeper, entire board sweeper, not just creatures, everything. Onto Inversion, emergency button to remove everything. Blossom Sack, 1 red mana removal. We have the good stuff tutors, Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor. We didn't go all the way include all the creature tutors because that's getting a little CDH territory. We don't want to go there. We want to make it like super high powered, but not CEDH. Protection here, Fierce Guardian, Teferi's Protection, Lightning Greaves. Some card advantage cards, Esper Sentinel, Water Archaic, Resist Dice, and Taxing Effects. The Great Henge lets you draw cards playing creatures. When ETBs used with Kenrith's last ability does cause the ETB of Great Henge to trigger. Utility cards, Eternal Witness, Valgate Recovery, get your good stuff back. The mana base, 5-color mana base here, Triomes, 5-color lands, all the shock lands, all the fetch lands, some basic lands, Yavimaya, Bajuka Bog, and stuff like that. Utility cards. So that is the good stuff template in a nutshell. Let's go over the cards that we added specifically for Kenrith. Oh, I forgot. We did take out Chromatic Orrery out of the good stuff template. This template isn't like, a must-do template. It's like you move things in and out. I have my Tiamat deck right there, which used this template, but took a bunch of cards out, rejiggered the mana base, and adjust it a little bit. So you can always adjust for your own flavors. But of course, if you're playing the good stuff template and good stuff like this, you are playing at the higher level, power levels of EDH. You probably should have that Rule 0 conversation. It's like, hey, I'm playing Kenrith. I guess Kenrith is a Rule 0 conversation. You present Kenrith, they're like, oh, Kenrith again. But you know what? Sometimes you want to play powerful cards, but not. It's like right at the edge of EDH and CEDH. This is not CEDH by any stretch of the imagination. CEDH would have like 8 counter spells. It only had 1 Teferi's Protection. We're just playing good stuff. So always good to have that Rule 0 conversation. So let's see what we added for our King Kenrith theme, Kenrith the Return King. So our theme is essentially his abilities. This deck actually really centers around all these abilities here. And definitely this last ability here is the very important ability, is to reanimate some cards. We centered around a lot of reanimation. I mean, drawing a card is drawing a card. We know what that does. Gain life, +1 counters. The +1 counters is how we kill, because we're just going to grind everybody down with our cards here, and then put +1/+1 counters on our creatures and eventually attack. Then they can gain trample via Kenrith's abilities. Kenrith does everything. It's like Swiss Army knife. It does everything. All right, so let's see what the creatures, the cards that we added. Since the good stuff is 79 cards, we subtracted 1 card, but we added our commander, so we have 21 cards that we've added to this deck, which, on theme for Kenrith. Most commander decks, I say you can add about 40 cards, because you gotta have your mana base and your spells, your removal, your tutors, your card draw. Like usually about 40, 35 cards. Here, only 21. Let's see what we add. We have Children of Korlos. So essentially, let's read these 3 cards: Spore Frog, Kami of the False Hope, and Children of Korlos. Actually, let's read Spore Frog first. What we want to do is be able to reanimate these creatures, so because they sacrifice themselves, prevent all combat damage that we dealt this turn. Essentially, continuous fogs. If we could have 15 mana, we could fog every player's turn forever, unless they remove our graveyard. They have Children of Korlos, is a similar fog. You sacrifice gain life equal to life you've lost. So they dealt you 20, you would sack this and gain 20 back. So essentially you start where you left off. Kenrith's ability to gain life really helps with that situation. Then Kami of the False Hope, prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn. So these are our little Spore Frog wannabes. Keep fogging the table constantly, not letting them attack, because usually combat damage is the way you kill it, that you get killed. I mean, of course, there's other ways like infinite combos and everything, but again, that's a rule 0 conversation. Then we want discounts to Kenrith's ability, because 15 mana per turn just to not get attacked is a very hefty price. So we have these 3 cards that'll do it. Let's actually put Train Grounds on top. This is a very important one right here because it's the cheapest one, because it costs 1 blue. This is the activate abilities. Creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. Meaning the reanimation now from 5 to 3, which is super cheap. Instead of 15 mana, you pay 9 mana. Yeah, I can do math. But you can't make anything cost less than 1. But it doesn't matter because they have a colored activation cost, so you can never get rid of that colored activation cost. Only the generic. Bomb Answer's Familiar is the same thing. -2. Zerta is the same thing, -2. And then you can make target creature can't block, so it has extra abilities. I know Zerta is a companion, but we're not companioning Zerta. We just have it in the deck. As long as you get 2 of these cards, you can play 1 black per turn cycle. 1 black per creature you want to bring back here. So you only need 3 mana per turn cycle. Just super sweet. So you want to get 2 of these here. You do have tutors. But also you can use things like Seaborn Muse, right? You get all your mana back every turn. Super great because you could use Kenrith's ability over and over again. Wilderness Reclamation. At the beginning of your end step, untap all lands. So you get double your mana. Not all your mana, just double. Not quadruple like Seaborn, but just double. Only double. Then we have our powerful graveyard creatures of self-sacrifice. Some value creatures. Caustic Caterpillar. Cost 1 green, but the important part is you could reanimate and then re-sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment. I love doing that. Destroy all those soul rings and such. A new card for Modern Horizons 2, Dauthi Voidwalker. And Dauthi Voidwalker is a good win con because it has shadow. So it can only block or be blocked by shadow creatures. I know the reminder text is not on there, but that's how it works. So it's essentially unblockable unless the opponent has a shadow creature. And then you can put it +1/+1/+1 counters on it. The cool part is this is also graveyard hate. Whenever a card we put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, instead exile with a void counter. As I mentioned on this channel a lot, have your graveyard hate cards because this is a graveyard deck, and these decks can run away if they don't have graveyard hate. Recursion is insane in this format nowadays. Then you can sacrifice it, choose an exile card an opponent owns with a void counter on it. You may play it this turn without paying its mana cost. So essentially you exile stuff, go into a graveyard, then you can tap sack, then cast one of those cards for free. Super good. Remember, Kenrith can bring Voidwalker back. Voidwalker actually get haste from Kenrith. Tap sack again. Then you can do it multiple times a turn with Kenrith's ability. We have a way to protect your board. Dauntless Escort. You sack it. Creatures you control are indestructible. So say you're doing a board wipe. Boom. You sack this, make a creature indestructible. Bring it back with Kenrith. Your army gets insanely hard to kill. Kenrith gets insanely hard to kill. You have to exile it essentially. Play Crafter right here. So it actually, when it enters a battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. So what you could do is you could cast Play Crafter, sacrifice it to its ability, reanimate it with Kenrith, do it again, and keep doing it until all the players sacrifice all their creatures and discard all their cards. So very mean, but very powerful, good stuff. Phantasmal Image. So Phantasmal Image can copy any of these creatures if necessary. So say you only have Biomancer's Familiar, but you want to get a good discount. You could copy Biomancer's Familiar, or you need another Playcrafter or Dauntless Escort. You can copy anything you want. You can even copy an opponent's thing. The cool part is that, and some people might say it's a downside, but it's an upside in this deck. Let's actually read the card. You may have Phantasmal Image enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's an illusion in addition to its other types and gains. When this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. That's actually amazing in this deck, because let's say you can copy Dockside Extortionist, right? Let's actually find our Dockside Extortionist somewhere. You copy Dockside Extortionist with Phantasmal Image, you make a bunch of treasure, use Kenrith's ability, like the cheapest ability is +1/+1 counter, target Phantasmal Image will die because of that. Use those treasures to put back Phantasmal Image from the graveyard to the battlefield, copy Dockside again, make some treasures, use the ability to kill Phantasmal Image, on and on and on, until you have infinite treasures right there. So that's why Phantasmal Image is really good. It could be any of these creatures. You use Kenrith to kill it. So super sweet. Willbender. This is an insanely good card in Kenrith. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes a target of a spell or ability you control, gain control of that creature for as long as you control Willbender. So you can play Willbender, use Kenrith's +1/+1 counter ability, target that creature, bring that creature to your side, and continually do that over and over again, steal everybody's creatures. If Willbender dies, you can bring it back with Kenrith. I remember if Kenrith died, this deck has a lot of mana sources. You can just bring Kenrith back from the command zone up to 3, maybe even 4 times with all the mana you have. So those are the creatures, the value creatures we have here. We also have, we added in some removal since we have Dauntless Escort and such, and we want things to die actually with Kenrith. We add another Supreme Verdict. We want uncounterable removal. Another cool removal card is Dismiss into Dreams, 6 in a blue. Each creature your opponents control is an illusion, so it has basically a Phantasmal Image text in addition to its other types. And when this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Now, guess what? I played Dismiss into Dreams, and I can just use Kenrith's +1/+1 counter to target all the creatures and essentially make them sacrifice all creatures. This is super good. It's like almost a one-sided board wipe. It is mana intensive, but with those mana cost reducers, it becomes very cheap. We have another value card here, Razakath the Foul-Blooded. It's got sack outlet. I mean, we could play Viscera Seer as a sack outlet, but we want Razakath because Razakath can say, pay 2 life, sacrifice another creature, Demonic Tutor. And then we have Incubation Druid. This is a pet card I want to add. Of course, you don't have to add this card. Most people won't, but it's a really cool pet card for 2 reasons. It adds 1 mana of any type that land you control produced. If Incubation Druid has +1/+1 counter on it, add 3 mana of that type instead. So Kenrith can actually add the +1/+1 counter, or you can pay 3 green, adapt 3. So you add 3 +1/+1 counters. And also, we have this card, Biomancer's Familiar, which I actually had in my Thrasios deck as well. Has another ability here. The next time target creature adapts this turn, it adapts as though it has no +1/+1 counters on it. So therefore, what adapt does is right here, if this creature has no +1/+1 counters on it, put 3 +1/+1 counters on it. You can just tap Biomancer's Familiar, allow Incubation Druid to adapt again, pay your 5, and then put 3 +1/+1 counters on it, as if it didn't have any. That's the only reason. I always feel guilty about including this in my deck because I can't use the second ability, so I want at least a creature to do it. And adding 3 mana is very good because you can use Kenrith's help pay for Kenrith's abilities. We have another card, Spellseeker, more value here. ETB, search your library for instant sorcery with mana value 2 or less. Essentially, you get Demonic Tutor, so you can sack Spellseeker to Razakath, Demonic Tutor. You can reanimate Spellseeker again to get something out of your library, like another demonic, like the real Demonic Tutor. Sack it again to Razakath. So this allows you to get essentially Demonic, Vampiric, Cyclonic Rift, all the good stuff. Swords, Plowshares, Assassin's Trophy from your deck. We have Temur Sabertooth. So this is another way to go infinite with Dockside Extortionist. Right here is you can pick things up. So just in case you don't have Kenrith on the battlefield, you can use Temur Sabertooth to pick Spellseeker back up, recast it, pick it back up, recast it. But of course, you want to do it with Dockside Extortionist. So this is another way to backdoor into if they nuke your graveyard, or you don't want to use your graveyard, you can use Team Sabertooth as a proxy for Kenrith, right there. And then last card we add is Field of the Dead. It works really well in the 5-color decks because they have all different types of lands, so you can make 2/2 zombies and grind people to death with Field of the Dead. Anyways, these are the cards I've added to Kenrith to make it into, I call it the best stuff deck right here, without going to CEDH territory. Okay, so if you enjoy this quick deck tech, give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be alerted for more videos when they come out. And I also have the full deck list in the description below, along with the TCG Player affiliate link if you want to help support this channel. What I'm going to do is shuffle this deck up real quick and see how this good stuff deck functions. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. I forgot to say, don't forget your tokens. There's only 2, Treasure and Zombie, Field of the Dead, Smothering Tithe, and Dockside. Don't forget them. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's take a look here. This, Sin's okay. Very reactive right here. Plague Raptor, Toxic Deluge, Cyclonic Rift. Unknown Version is a land, so you play these 2 lands, Arcane Signet, and then eventually Farseek. I think it's a little slow. I like to mention, I haven't mentioned my videos, maybe I make another video. Mulligan aggressively. If you're playing a high powered deck like Kenrith, it's okay to have, 7 cards, 6 cards. Well, you get a free mulligan, which we're about to take right here. And then, going down to 6 cards is perfectly fine. All right, let me just shuffle it up. Okay, I shuffled it up. Let's check out our next 7. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's looking great already. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, this is much better. Again, I know sometimes playgroups have the just keep mulligan until you have a good card hand. Somehow, my playgroup does that role, and there's always a turn 1 Soul Ring here or there. For some reason, I wonder why. Anyways, let's check this out. This is why Jeweled Lotus is very powerful. That's why the price, it commands the price it does command. This does, right here, you'll see how this game will devolve into a turn 2 Kenrith, into Kenrith is a must kill, or I'll die, or whoever kills Kenrith doesn't get to develop their board ramp and such, and then we'll fall behind. So it's kind of like it sucks. You either have to catch up with Jeweled Lotus or not. But we are playing high powered. We say at turn 0 conversation, we're playing high powered game, so we are. All right, turn 1. Let's do this. Boom, Lightning Greaves. Not that great. We'll Shocking and Stomping Grounds. We'll play our Birds of Paradise right there. Turn 1 ramp. Always try to find turn 1 ramp if you can. We do have a bunch of turn 1 ramp. Jeweled Lotus, Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Birds, both the Hierarchs. What's that? Deathrite Shaman, stuff like that. All right, turn 2. We keep our Jeweled Lotus here so you don't get destroyed right away. Savai Triome. So we'll skip that. We're just shocking another Godless Shrine, another shock land. So what we could do is essentially tap this here. We'll do Nature's Lore, right? And it gets a forest into play untapped. So we'll get a Breeding Pool because we're missing a blue. So we'll just find a Breeding Pool. We won't get a Triome because we want this to come into play untapped. So we use that mana and birds to cast our commander. Here we'll shock in the Breeding Pool right there. Take 2 life. I know it's kind of unfair playing Kenrith on turn 2. I mean, if the stars align, you could play Kenrith on turn 1, but stars are not aligned for us. Actually, I don't think you can play Kenrith on this deck with turn 1, can you? I guess you can. You need Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Arcane Signet, something like that to get the colors. Actually, no, you need Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus. Or Land, Soul Ring, Jeweled Lotus. They all involve Jeweled Lotus. So you just cast Jeweled Lotus right here, tap sack for white. You tap this one here, tap the birds, and then you play Kenrith turn 2. Boom. Right there. Very powerful card. You also have 5 mana turn 3. So let's go to our turn 3, see what we draw. And this deck, requires tons of mana. Kenrith is an engine by himself, so you don't have to worry about. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's actually plan this turn here. I don't have anything in my graveyard to reanimate. I have mana right here, so I can pay 4, draw a card, but I want to cast my Noble Hierarch and draw a card, so let's just do that. Let's play our land, cast our Noble Hierarch. Right there, we can even attack with Kenrith for 6. With the Noble Hierarch trigger, we could pump Kenrith twice here, but I think we'd rather just draw a card. Noble Hierarch is summoning 6, so you can't cast it. So we'll just tap this, tap this, tap this for blue, draw a card from Kenrith. Fierce Guardianship, great, now we get to protect Kenrith. I would just draw a card right away, because I have no action to pretend. I mean, I have Lightning Greaves, but you know, I'd rather just draw a card from Kenrith. Now we got Fierce Guardianship. Anybody touches Kenrith with any spells, we'll just do Fierce Guardianship. Let's say hypothetically somebody try to kill Kenrith. We play Fierce Guardianship. Say, nope. Sorry. No dice. There. Turn 4. Draw a card. Yavimaya, more lands. We're not even sad about lands. What we really want is, well, we don't want a Supreme Verdict. That's an emergency just in case. So what we'll do is we'll actually play our Lightning Greaves here. Protect Kenrith, because we really care about Kenrith a lot. We'll play our, we still have 4 mana to draw, so we'll play our Triome and to play tapped. We'll tap this. We'll draw a card. Kenrith, Wander Archaic, very good card. Next turn. Okay, we draw a card here. Boom, Razakath, that's a sweet card. Okay, do we actually have mana to cast Razakath? Right, I think we have enough black mana too. Black, here, black, and then have Godless Shrines of black mana. Triple black, tap the other 5 mana. Cast Razakath, bam. Alright, so this is our sack engine, our tutor, all the good stuff. Turn 5. Here. Turn 5 we're on. You know, we could keep hitting with Kenrith if whoever doesn't present a blocker. If not, we just keep Kenrith just chilling there. These are in our hand. We'll pass. Turn 6. Turn 6 is where all the fun begins, right? Turn 6, we're going to tap here. We draw a card. Arcane Signet, okay. That's not what we want, but it's fine. We'll tap birds for a blue. We will sack the birds to Razakath. We'll go find a training grounds, right? Training grounds or dockside. We'll find dockside. Find dockside extortionist. That's a very good card to find usually. We'll find dockside extortionist. I believe we probably could just win from here. Find dockside extortionist. We'll use that blue. Let's say this generates a red right here. Exact Orchard. We'll cast dockside extortionist. Get some treasure right here. Let's say conservatively 4 treasures. Right, this is our deck. I forgot to shuffle this. It doesn't matter, we're not going to shuffle it, we're just going to keep tutoring through it. We'll sacrifice dockside extortionist. Right here we'll get what will we get? We'll get training grounds. Let's see, training grounds right here. We will use a blue from Breeding Pool, I guess. Cast training grounds somewhere here. Right there. Okay. So what I could do here is just activate 3 treasures, right? We sack 3 treasures, pay 3 treasures into Kenrith's ability, put target creature back here, dockside extortionist, make 4 treasures, right? We'll sack dockside extortionist to Razakath. You lose 2 life every time, but you can always gain life via Kenrith's ability to keep going on. Then we'll just search for another card here. Let's see here. We'll make it easy on us. Teamer Sabertooth. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just do, where are you? Oh, somewhere here. Let's search. I know, real life searching, you gotta search through Teamer Sabertooth. Let's get Teamer Sabertooth here, just to get the ball rolling. We'll cast Teamer Sabertooth. We will cast it with regular mana. We'll use Kenrith's ability to put dockside back in, gain 4 mana. Bam. We'll just return Teamer Sabertooth, cast dockside extortionist over and over again. That does not provide infinite mana, does it? Oh, punt. But that's okay. That's just mana neutral. So what we'll do is we will, because you need 5 treasures for the Dockside Temur Sabertooth trick. Because when you return it to your hand, it costs 2 to return to your hand, and it costs 2 to cast. And then, so with 4 treasures, we're just mana neutral, just doing a loop. All right, so let's you live, you learn. Let's recover. Let's actually do the Phantasmal Image loop. So what we'll do is we'll say screw Temur Sabertooth. We'll sack Dockside to Razakath. We will not sack Dockside to Razakath. We will sack Sabertooth to Razakath, knowing that we messed up. It's okay. So we will now get the Phantasmal Image loop going right here. But before then, let's see if we have enough treasures to do everything. We'll get Phantasmal Image into our hand. We'll tap this for 1 floating mana, sack this to Razakath ourselves to get another discounter. Where's that discounter? Biomancer's Familiar. So a blue here, we'll sack a treasure to play Biomancer's Familiar right there. Then our Phantasmal Image is in our hand. There, what we'll do is we'll cast Phantasmal Image for 2. Here. Copy Dockside Extortionist. Get 4, so we have 7 treasures here. We will pay 1 treasure to kill Phantasmal Image. Here with the Kenrith's ability, we'll give it a +1/+1 counter, but it kills it. Here, what we'll do is I will use 1 black mana to return Kenrith Phantasmal Image to the battlefield, copying Dockside Extortionist, making 4 treasures. So every time it costs 2 mana to do that. So now we have infinite mana, as I still continuously shuffle my deck and play Solitaire here. Oop, to drop the card. All right, so now we have infinite mana. What do we do with that infinite mana? Well, we could tutor a bunch of times because we can only sacrifice Phantasmal Images to Razakath, so we technically only need 1 mana for each loop. What we can do is get Plaguecrafter. Again, essentially, Plaguecrafter kills itself over and over again, so you Plague Wind your opponent's board. What you could do is essentially play all your creatures, make them infinitely large, give them all haste and trample, and go kill the opponent. That's essentially what the good stuff deck does, plays all the good stuff. And then with the tutoring power of Razakath, you can continually tutor for more good stuff over and over again. We could play Cyclonic Rift, bounce everything else, all the things they have. Play Ruinous Ultimatum, destroy, whatever we want. We can tutor, play whatever we want. We can play Golos, Phantasmal Image Golos, get every land from our deck, Field of Dead, into play. Let's see what else we could do. We could bounce Eternal Witness, do Assassin's Trophy, destroy all their lands. So essentially they have no board. We can get Torment of Hailfire and just kill them right there. So we can do whatever we want with infinite mana. Tutoring engine right here in Kenrith. Anyways, if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy all the good stuff, give this video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be alerted for more videos, and as always, have a wonderful day.